Hey guys, my name is Marta, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about Ethan Frome by Edith Wharton. This is an early 20th century classic in which we get told the story of Ethan Frome, a man that is supposed to have lived a very tragic story and is now this mysterious character in the city the book is set in. The book is told as a story within a story, so in the first chapter we get to meet the Frome narrative, which is the story of this woman who is staying for a few days in this village and has to be driven from one place to another by Ethan Frome, this very mysterious character that lots of people speculate about. One day he is supposed to drive her somewhere. There is a snowstorm, so they have to stay in his house, and while the two of them are there, Ethan decides to tell this woman the story of how things ended up the way they are. From chapter 2 on, we get to see this story. So we get to have this first person narrator. I think that already tells us that this story might be a bit personal and might not be very accurate to what actually happened, which makes Ethan an unreliable narrator. Ethan tells her the story of how he ended up falling in love with Matty, his niece, I think it is, because she was staying there with him and his wife Sina, and he was supposed to be the one who drove her from the city to the house, and Matty, was supposed to be doing home tasks for him and his wife. One of the main reasons why he falls in love with her is due to the fact that there is a huge age gap between him and his wife Sina. Sina is way older than Ethan, and he is a very angry woman who is constantly complaining about her illnesses, about her pains, and about these things that you would imagine old women complaining about. While the three of them are living together, this tension starts building up since Sina starts noticing some weird behaviors from the part of his husband towards Matty, and when the day comes when Sina has to leave to see a doctor and Matty and Edith stay together, something that no one would expect to happen happens, and the love story turns into a tragedy. One of the main themes of the novel is passion and love. You can really see how Ethan falls in love with Matty because of her joy, because of her liveliness, and because of the fact that all of her characteristics are opposite of those he finds in his wife, who is this old, serious woman. However, the fact that these two female characters are completely opposite people, maybe due to the fact that we get to see the novel from Ethan's perspective, which gives the story this personal tone that might make us feel from him, despite the fact that the one who is actually getting the consequences of this extramarital affair is his wife Sina. Also, this complete opposition is due to the fact that Ethan, doesn't love Sina, so he is going to see all the bad qualities he can find in her, and also he's going to find the complete opposite characteristics in Matty, who is seen as this ideal, joyful girl. One of the other main characteristics of the novel is the landscape. The novel is set in winter, so we get to read about this snowy landscape that makes the story even sadder and more tragic, as snow might be considered a symbol of the relationships that take place inside the house, as the relationship between Ethan and Sina may be compared to an icicle, since their relationship is pretty cold. And the complete opposite is something we can find in Matty, who could be some sort of sunshine that makes the snow go away with her lively and more cheerful personality. Overall, I have to say that this is a little story that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the way it was told. I really enjoyed the fact that it was told as a Frome narrative, and how that leaves you in the same position as the character we meet at the very beginning, who doesn't really know who to believe about what happened in this house. I also really enjoyed how you can really sense the tragedy that is going to happen at the very last chapter. It's a chapter that anticipates itself by the things the characters say to one another, and it's a chapter where you know what's going to happen and you start getting desperate because of how much you want it to not happen, but you can do anything to stop it. And it might be pretty stressing, but I still really enjoyed it. Something else I really enjoyed were the characters. In a way, I am aware that Ethan Frome is not a very likable character, and his morality is pretty ambiguous, especially because of the way he treats his wife. But still, he was a fascinating character to get to know by reading from his perspective. I ended up giving the book 4 stars, and I am looking forward to read more from Edith Wharton this year because I really enjoyed her writing style. I enjoyed how easy to read it was in a way, and I also really enjoyed the story he had to tell in this novel. To finish this video, I would recommend this book to anyone, especially if you are looking for a quick winter read that is going to make you think about marital situations like this one, and that is also going to make you suffer because this book is a tragedy and you can already anticipate that for the way this story begins. That was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you read Ethan Frome or anything else by Edith Wharton. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me, and I hope your day is gone amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!